But the thing that's blocking your next chapter is not the clutter. No, boo, it's not your clutter. It's that old energetic residue that you still have not looked at from your past, from your trauma, from your childhood, that never got cleared out. This is part of the Sanctuary Letters series, and I'm Danny Sinclair, holistic interior designer. And today we're going to talk about how you can create the space that helps you embody your wealth and your abundance. Because you can be elevating and you can be becoming that version of the person that you want to be, that version that you put on that vision board. You're becoming her. You're doing it. But if your space is still holding on to your old identity, your old fears, your old patterns, your old stories, your old history, the things that are no longer serving you, then your space, your home, your office is going to hold you back from the person that you're becoming. I had a recent sanctuary session with my client who was a content creator, and she was eager to show me all the new items that she had recently amassed into her life. And she had been granted quite a few, like a handful of major luxury brand deals. And the result of this was she was acquiring the merchandise and the products that went along with her new role. And she was grateful, extremely grateful, super happy, over the moon, just about working with these brand deals that she would just never even dreamed of. Like, it was more than her dreams. And everything was seemingly happening all at once and falling into her lap, and she didn't know what to do. She was overwhelmed. It was spilling out of the closet, into the bedroom. And even though everything was very neatly and very orderly stacked on metal frame shelves, she kept saying that her space felt cluttered. It felt overwhelmed. She had so much stuff. She didn't have any place to put it. It was taking over her bedroom. And no matter how much she tried to tidy up, she would amass more and more through these amazing deals. And this is now her work. This is her work. And what's funny is she kept saying, but I'm just a yoga teacher. And it's like, nah, boo, you're not. You are not just a yoga teacher. You are a creator. You are a teacher. You are a mentor. You are magical. But here's the thing. I could tell that even though things seemed to be a little cluttered, she cared for them. She enjoyed them. She had an intentional place for each and every one. There were vintage items. There were newer items. Everything had a place, but it was just spilling over. It was clutter, but it was very expensive clutter. I mean, it was the best kind of clutter to have. So here's what I picked up in that moment. So in Feng Shui, there is an area of your home that you can work with that is classically considered fame or reputation, but in our modern society, we can consider it as our influence or your personal brand, your personal image. And what I saw in that moment is when you reach an energetic glass ceiling, where you haven't quite caught up to the image you're becoming, This is when your mind hasn't fully caught up to your body yet. Here's the embodiment practice of it. You're living the dream. You have the means, you have the goods, you have the lifestyle, you're traveling, you're doing the thing, you're living the life. But your mind is like, what if this doesn't all work out? I see this a lot when you bring in success really quickly and in ways that are beyond your imagination, beyond your dreams, and, you know, by chance or very luckily, perhaps. And you know, it's like that quantum leap, right? Like things take a long time, and then when it leaps, it leaps. But then there's friction between who you're becoming and who you're leaving behind. And when that happens, your space is going to reflect that right back to you. So like the way that you're displaying your items, your very high-end luxury products and hand goods and makeup and all the things, it's as if you don't completely accept that this is your life. And so instead of you displaying your luxury items as art, as celebration with reverence, it's almost like you're just storing them. Because you're saying, just as quickly as this all came, it could all disappear. So why make space for it to flourish? Why should I celebrate this? Because I know it could all go away. And that's when I had a light bulb moment, because I was seeing the tension between how I was hearing her speak about her admiration and her joy and her excitement. But what I was seeing visually was the weight of what she had, where it almost felt like a struggle, like a burden. Like her belongings weren't really being witnessed by her. They were being used, they were being cared for, but they weren't really being seen and appreciated. They were shoved into a corner, and it was cluttered, and things were on top of each other and spilling onto the floor, although neatly arranged. But still, you know, you got like some really expensive purses, girl, sitting on the floor. No, they should be elevated. They should be lit up and celebrated. What begins to happen is when you are not embodying what your lifestyle is, when you are not matching the frequency, your inner world of abundance will begin to match your outer world. And if your outer frequency is, I can't have these things, these won't stay here, these not gonna live here, these don't deserve to be celebrated, I don't deserve to have this. When your inner world of abundance does not match up with the outer world that is not abundance, you will be hit with blocks, and your blessings will begin to block. You will hit the energetic glass ceiling, and then you will get stuck. You won't be able to push through to the next threshold. And that ceiling might be a nice one, you know, but is it what you truly deserve? What if you deserve more, but your mind hasn't caught up to that yet? What if you deserve more than that? What if you deserve the bigger house to house all the things that you have? What if you deserve a bigger office? What if you deserve the bigger car? What if you deserve the second house? Ooh. What if the second house was the office? I mean, we could dream, baby, dream. What if your content creation studio was a content creation home? I mean, let's go. That's a tax write-off. So that's when you start thinking abundantly. That's when you start building a big life for yourself. A life that feels safe, being fully seen. But if not, the corners stay empty, or the corners are overfilled. The beauty, it goes unclaimed because you haven't let yourself fully take up the space that you deserve. So the thing is here is to make it a part of your identity that you have all these things. It's here now, baby. It's not going nowhere. It can if you don't match the vibe, if you don't match the frequency. So you gotta say, I don't know where all this is headed, but I'm going to embody it, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to celebrate it. And if you fully gave yourself the permission to design your life around your lifestyle, to design your home around that new identity that you haven't really allowed yourself to call in yet, in a way that honors your abundance without guilt or shame or fear, what would that feel like? You don't need to declutter. You don't need inspiration. You need clarity. In my sanctuary sessions, I help you uncover the hidden patterns in your space that are impacting how you feel, how you focus, and how you flow, so you can bring in more peace, purpose, and presence into your space. And if you're ready to move forward from stuck to aligned, this is where it all starts. Take the first step. Book your alignment call today.